Happy Super Mario Wonder Eve, game of the year, going to destroy Spider-Man 2. Not really. It's probably going to be Baldur's Gate or Tears of the Kingdom, but I'm excited for Super Mario Wonder. Are you excited for Super Mario Wonder, Ryan? You look thrilled.
Which one is that?
Oh
What is
God.
it? Is that the RPG?
No, Ryan. No, Ryan. Brimstone says, hope Ryan is here today. Streams aren't right without his cherry personality. It's the new 2D side-scroller Mario game. Returns into the elephant. It's got the Wonder Flower.
Is that the memes I've seen Elephant Peach from?
Yes.
I thought that was just their more inclusive version.
No, Ryan. And some people are saying that this is the heir apparent to Super Mario World, which is the greatest game ever made. So we will see. But I'm excited for it.
Oh, I thought this was the RPG one.
No, Super Mario RPG is it's just a remaster of Super Mario RPG that's releasing.
To be fair, I would say 9 out of every 10 Nintendo announcements are just that.
That's not true at all.
That's what I thought this one was.
That's not true at all. Tears of the Kingdom, Splatoon is a brand new franchise that released on the Wii U. Yeah. And then they got, but that's not a remaster. That's a sequel.
Mario Kart 8.
Well, that's almost
deluxe version.
But that applies to all gaming at this point. What
Mario?
Baldur's Gate 3 is going. Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win Game of the Year probably. Or God of War, is that an original franchise?
What I'm saying is, like, I just constantly hear all the time about they're re-releasing this for Switch.
But that's every
we're getting Paper Mario,
now.
The one we got for the GameCube. We're getting it for the Switch now.
But what I'm saying is that's not specific to Nintendo. Resident Evil 4 Remastered came out this year to great
guess
reviews.
What? We're getting new Mario Kart tracks. They're all old tracks.
Yeah! Well, I would say the reason that Mario Kart is still releasing stuff is it's the same animal as GTA. It just doesn't stop selling. So why would you make a new one when the regular one just keeps selling like fucking hotcakes?
I'm not shitting on them for it. I'm just saying that, like, when I hear Nintendo announcements, like, I feel like all the Nintendo Directs, it's like just the only things that I hear noise about, that I like hear people get excited about, is shit that they've already played 15 years ago. They're just gonna get to play again.
And my argument is that's kind of gaming in general right now. It's a bunch of remasters and remakes or reimagining of games that we used to play back in the day. It's not specific to Nintendo. That's kind of what the gaming industry does right now, which I'm kind of all for it. I like updated versions as long as it's not updated for current day. Shout out to my boy Az. But either way, Ryan's going to be very excited to play Super Mario Wonder. And I heard a rumor he was going to be playing Party Animals. That's what I heard. Can you confirm or deny these rumors, Ryan?
Deny.
Okay.
I don't even own it, so no.
I think you're going to own it. You know what? During this stream, since
I would rather play that fucking monkey game than.
You mean you mean Skull Island?
Yeah.
Huh? Have you seen the clips to that? Oh my God, it's so bad.
Looks great. He can do a power jump. I would honestly rather, Nintendo, you should just re-release Donkey Kong 64, please. Do a remaster. I'm begging you.
I am gifting Ryan on this stream. I am gifting him Party Animals. So I'll let you read some super chats while I gift you Party Animals, Ryan. Just so the chat knows it's happening during this stream.
Jay's Massive Moose Knuckle for 199. High T, Hail 199 and Open Bar Day. Thank you, Jay's Massive Moose Knuckle. SBZ, remember, for 5 months. Hail DJ Cobra.
That's right, DJ Cobra.
That happened last night or something?
Yeah, someone said that they love my show so much that they got their mom to start watching, who's a Trump fan, and the mom calls me DJ Cobra. I was like, that's pretty damn funny, actually.
Don't pull a Reuben for 2, says Hail. Chef Nick Nero for 199. Listen at work, just saying what's up. What's up, man?
What's up?
Osmora, remember, for 6 months, says Hail to the 199.
Hail. All right, so Ryan now officially owns Party Animals. Ryan officially owns Party Animals.
I just got an update from. I was gonna make the excuse I'm not logged in. I don't have my password, but I got it. I must be actually logged into Steam because I
you got the notification.
Yeah, I've never heard that in my life. I'm never logged into Steam. Like,
so Ryan now owns Party Animals. Everybody, we're ready to roll. I think, man, I've spent a lot of money on, because I've gifted it to everybody on the team that's playing it now. So I've spent a lot of money on party animals, but it's been worth it. The people love it. The people love it.
Hayden for $10. Is there any truth to the rumors that ESRB is trying to require facial recognition to verify people are of age to play M-rated games? Just something I heard.
I had heard that story about there, but I don't think it was legit.
I find it hard to believe though, like the facial, like, because you can't just, I couldn't just upload my face and they'd immediately be able to tell if I was like 17 or not, right? There's people that are 25 that look like they might not be 16 years old. There's also 16-year-olds out there that look fucking 40, right? So if there was to be something like that, I think it might be some form of, like, you would have to choose to upload your government identification and shit like that, and then maybe some facial recognition on top of it. But I can't imagine it would be the standard. It might be something they want to provide options for parents, like a type of parental control. But that's just me spitballing based on how wild it would just be to implement.
Yeah. Sean says that stream is my favorite stream ever talking about party animals. Gunko Max says Party Animals is officially funded by G&G. Call Me Snake says Party Animals was the best gaming stream I have ever seen. I'm telling you, man, it was fucking crazy. And I literally did no practicing. I'm practicing before we play it again, because fuck that. I didn't know any of the buttons or anything. Intentionally did that. Intentionally was like, I don't know how to play this game. And I think
was it intentional, or because I seem to remember you saying you sat down to practice, but Krista played instead.
Well, not practice. You have to go through the tutorial before they'll let you play the game. So, but yes, so I was sitting there starting the tutorial, and then Krista saw cute little animals. He's like, I want to play. And so I didn't know any of the buttons. Now, obviously I learned them along the way, but still, I'm practicing this time.
It seems like it's just jump, move, grab, hit.
There's a little more to it than that. You have to throw. So, like, your stamina runs low when you have the football and you're running with the football. And if you can drop the football, so you need to kind of throw it towards the goal. And I didn't know how to throw it at times. Climbing up when you kind of fall into the water, you have to grab onto the edge and kind of jump up. Certain little techniques to that. It's not overly complicated.
Didn't seem like it.
Jason says Gary is the tutorial master. Ask him. Well, Gary's the best gamer of like anybody in this whole sphere. So I don't know if you guys understand that, but Gary is he's whenever I have a gaming related question, I hit up Gary. I'm like, hey, Gary, I need you to help me through this. He's just that good of a gamer.
Was it? Remember when Mark was having Jay did he do Elden Ring or Dark Souls or something like that? And
Jeremy needs to practice a 3-4 move game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't look that complicated to me.
Go ahead, Ryan. What were you gonna say?
The videos we made of Jay trying to get taught how to play Dark Souls by Mark, probably some of the best content we've ever had.
And I have talked to Jay about doing more stuff like that and having our boy Erwin edit it together, because I think it could be, it really is fantastic, man. Like Jay being
it's really funny.
Yeah. And then Mark being just how Mark is, just trying to help Jay through it. And Jay is just like, what? It's so good.
Like, man, to have one person who understands everything to such detail, but has a tough time explaining it in a way that normal people can understand. That's who Mark is. Jay is somebody who has a tough time understanding even the simplest things. So, like, just the perfect dichotomy of them getting frustrated with each other is the perfect recipe for entertainment.
Well, that's what I talked to Erwin about this, about doing more stuff like Jester Feathers. As a matter of fact, I sent him that video that Perry Chan edited together for Krista playing GTA, which I thought was a phenomenal video. I want to see Steph playing like scary games, because there's really good content in that type of stuff. It takes a little more time, but like the thing I love about what we got with like GG and Cobra Cast and all this is like I can make the videos now that I'm making videos. A fucking Mario video got like 6,000 views last night. You know, whatever. I liked it. I had fun with it. But our live streams are doing so good for us that now I can start making more content that I think will have legs in the future. I'm still going to make the fuck Brie Larson videos and all of that. Probably going to make one today, as a matter of fact. But I also want to sprinkle in more of this shit of like the gaming stuff that I follow and that I'm into, because 2023 has been one of the best years in a long time for games. It's been a really good year for gaming. So anyway, we will talk about that. But yeah, there's a lot of good edits we can make from that perspective. Ryan's right about that Jay and Mark Dark Souls stuff.
It's like the reason why, just if you throw me and Jay in a stream, it's kind of funny because we're very like opposite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, in terms of our entire approach to life and everything in general.
You mean, could we get moments where you think you're sharing your screen and Jay is just too scared to tell you because he doesn't want to get yelled at, so he just sits there for 30 seconds in silence?
I think that's a perfectly reasonable. We already talked about this on your thing. It's a perfectly reasonable excuse for him to be silent for the first 5 to 10 seconds, to be worried that I would like yell at him. It's after that, when you start reaching the 25 seconds of silence territory, that I think the blame starts to shift.
Yeah. Oh, Jeremy, did you hear that Sting is retiring next year at AEW Revolution? That makes me. I saw some reports about that. I don't follow wrestling that closely anymore, but that's an end of an era, man. Like, this is the sign that like I'm getting old. Like, Tom Brady's retired. Now Sting is finally calling it. Like, Sting has been, God, man, I guess mid 80s. Is that when Sting started wrestling? It's crazy how long Sting has been in the game. And that's an end of an era right there for sure. So yeah, thanks for reminding me I'm getting old, Sting. Appreciate that. I'm sure he doesn't worry about his own age though. So
Tomac for 50. Looks like he's fucking drunk. If Rain is looking for more gams, Hellboy is a good time so far. It came out yesterday. Hellboy? The Hellboy game? I'm still working on finishing Hogwarts Legacy, all right?
What up, Tomac? Tomac is awesome. Keeps always sending me gaming stuff over on Twitter. Always.
Let's see. Don't pull a Ruben for 2. Sorry, my best friend's growing up's alias was DJ Cobra. Congratulations.
Hell yeah.
Dan C for 5. Mahler's playing Monkey Game right now, and it's gloriously terrible.
It's really bad. It's really bad. Did you see where I got stuck in just like the opening few minutes of the game?
I didn't know you played it.
Yeah, I played it. Let me see if I can pull that clip just for a second here. It's just like I'm just playing, and yeah, like I got stuck. I just got stuck playing it. Is this it right here? So it's like right in the beginning. I think it's right here. There's like a part where you just like I just jump on this thing and I get stuck. God, this game's fucking bad, man. It's really bad. Which people are saying like, oh yeah, right there. So I got stuck right here. So right here, watch this. So I just jump and then he just gets stuck, and I had to save and force quit and then start over. Right here. What are you doing? Am I literally stuck? There's no way. I can't do anything. I'm stuck. Yeah, so like this, I just kept going and finally had to save it, force quit.
That is the worst fucking, like, getting stuck on random things. It used to happen to me in Skyrim every once in a while or whatever. It happens a lot on like some online MMOs, especially Star Wars Old Republic. But luckily there you've got a chat where you can actually type like /stuck and it'll kind of reset for you, just because it happens like fairly often in games like that. But kind of fucked there.
Yeah. That game's bad. I mean, it really is bad. Mechanically, it's bad. And you know who made that game, Ryan? Same people that made that the G.I. Joe game that I roasted, that they reached out to us, remember? And it's
like they took all of our recommendations.
Took all of our recommendation. It's so
remember
bad.
Like Mark starts talking to them and he's like, Mark's like, here are the ways I really think you can improve this game. They're like, well, we don't have $500 million, but thank you, autistic cyborg. Like, Mark starts talking about developing a completely different game than they had.
I
know it. Pilgrim Media for 2. Monday, Matt was dogging you guys on his cast. Congrats to the 20 people that were watching, I guess.
Who?
Yeah. Gremlin Anku for 10.
I legitimately didn't hear it, but it doesn't matter.
So. Oh, sorry. Mundane Matt.
Oh.
The response is basically the same.
Yeah.
So, shout out to him. Hope he's doing well.
Yes. Keep it up.
Gremlin Anku for 10. I don't remember what article I read it from, but you would have to register the rating system, then receive a camera to put on the back of your system to unlock the game with a face scan. So I did a quick search. It was like all the articles are from back in July, and pretty much all of it is ESRB blast report that it's using facial age estimation tech, ESRB blast reports. So obviously they probably did something. Again, it was probably starting to some sort of parental control something, but it doesn't look like they want to scan children's faces. I don't know.
Scary times.
Jay's Massive Moose Knuckle for 199. Sting was my favorite to play on N64. Legend.
Hey, look at here, Ryan. There's a suggestion. Ryan should teach me how to play any Pokemon game.
That's the really easy. Catch them all. Yeah. What do you mean?
That was probably those are fairly straightforward, Jay. It's Dark Souls is.
Yeah, those are child games.
Yeah. It's I want, you know what, Jay, did you ever play
I would have gone to play Pokemon Go with Jay.
Jay, have you ever played Battletoads? Or Jay, as Drunk 3PO, you personally, Jay, you should play the Super Nintendo Star Wars games. That's what you should play, Jay. Oof. You should play those. I'd never yeah, they're rough, man. They are
sliding
rough.
Around that fucking sand crawler and not getting hit by the laser. Oh my god. That was a game that was not fun to play as a kid. You're like, it's so hard. It was not fun at that age.
Yeah.
But since Jay's here, we might as well talk about the Galactic Starcruiser. I don't know if you heard this news, Jeremy. But
I heard Jay was talking about he had to make another video on it. So I don't know the specifics of this news though.
He thought he was done, but they dragged him back in. You know, the Galactic Starcruiser Hotel, we've seen a lot of failures for Disney over the past, I don't know, decade plus of Disney Star Wars. This is legitimately one of the most embarrassing. You know, billions of dollars spent developing this thing, hundreds of millions of dollars to actually construct it. Then, of course, whatever you had to pay to actually run it each and every day. And after a year of being in service, it was such a failure. Disney said, all right, we're done. We're just going to write it off as a loss. We're going to take the tax credit. We're shutting this bitch down. September 30th was the last day in service for the cringe Galactic Starcruiser Hotel. But now we're starting to hear some interesting reports. Disney could reopen its doomed Star Wars hotel. Well, as soon as I saw that it's from Inside the Magic, I had to actually check because it's Inside the Magic, which is dog shit. Yeah. But it's actually coming from this article on the Wrap. Starcruiser resurrected. Could Disney's $1 billion Star Wars experience make an unexpected return? Now, the reason this is out there is because after they shut everything down, they sent out this very detailed survey wanting to know from all the people that stayed at the Galactic Starcruiser, how was their experience? What did you like about it? What did you hate about it? What could make it better? Would it have made you more likely to come back if it wasn't as expensive? Would it have made you more likely to come back if it wasn't as long of a stay? All these things. I personally think that it's Disney trying to find out exactly all the things that went wrong so that whenever they inevitably try to do something like this again, whether it's Star Wars or Marvel or whatever other property, they avoid some of the pitfalls. The biggest problem of all, as we pointed out the entire time, was it didn't feel like Star Wars. It didn't feel like it was made for Star Wars fans. It was made in an era that no one's interested in, with a fan base that's been constantly told, we don't need you anymore. This isn't for you. And they fucking walked away. But on the outside looking in, the only way they get the tax benefits from shutting it down is if they don't use it again. So it's a little hard for me to believe that like some of the assumptions that are being made, well, they're just going to reopen it in a different way because then all your tax benefits go away. and you're back to being $300 million or whatever it is in the hole. But I don't know.
Do you think this is like, do we think this is possible that they could actually do this? What do you think? Do you think that they could?
I don't think they will.
I don't think that it's possible.
Well, and the reason is I would not be surprised if they were to do some sort of other experience that wasn't a 2-night stay, that it was some sort of special experience that you pay fucking $200 for to go to some thing and you see people singing around and dancing in Star Wars. But when it comes to this specific thing in this big hotel that they've built, I don't think that it's going to happen because I don't think it'll be worth it. I think it's more worth it to them to take the multi-$100 million tax credit, the tax break that they're getting, than it would be to utilize that space and change it around.
That's well, I mean, as I've said many times, like there's I don't know if I can make this point under current Disney Star Wars, but in a normal setting, like for instance, there's a lot of really awesome themed hotels on Disney property. There's some really cool ones. Whether it's some of the top tier ones like Polynesian or Fort Wilderness, or the Contemporary, those are amazing to just go hang out and chill out and relax, or even stay there, whatever. There's a lot of cool restaurants. There's just a lot of cool things to do there. And you can go hang out there for the day and have a good day and not even stay on those, stay at those resorts. Then you've got some of the more lower level or mid-level resorts, some like Art of Animation, which is phenomenal. It's got really cool themed pools based on like Finding Nemo. It's got like the Lion King section, the Cars section. These are cool ass themed resorts. You could have done this with Star Wars. You could have made a really cool themed Star Wars hotel that doesn't require all this other bullshit into it. You go into the lobby and it looks like, I don't know, the Star Destroyer or something that you're walking into. Everybody's in their uniforms. You've got, pictures of, or standees or
you didn't have to reinvent the wheel the way that they did.
No, not at all.
Made it like all their other hotels, but themed so that it felt like, oh, look, right, this wing of the hotel feels like Tatooine. This wing of the hotel feels like Endor, like shit like that. Could have been really easy.
This was a very simple thing that you do all over your entire resort, and you've been doing it for decades. So I'm just so confused by this. Who made this decision? And it does seem like a Kathleen Kennedy decision. But who made this decision? Because typically Disney does make very good decisions at their theme parks and their resorts. They make really good decisions. The Animal Kingdom Lodge is fucking fantastic. It's phenomenal. Like, take all of your criticisms of Disney away. If you've been to the Animal Kingdom Lodge, it's fucking fantastic. It is an incredible experience to go there. I've never stayed there, but just going there and visiting it is incredible. I can only imagine what it would be like to stay there. It's expensive as hell, but they have the resources and the capability to do this. This is just a bad idea from the start. And I just don't see how they're going to capitalize off this at all.
Well, and one of the other interesting things that they revealed in this exclusive was some of the attendance and capacity levels. The hotel had an average occupancy rate of 70%, meaning that some of their cruises had an occupancy as low as 20%. So, like, this is the reason why they closed it, right? We talked about this, all the cancellations, the fact that they couldn't get full voyages or whatever they were doing. Some all the way down to 20% occupancy. What had been suggested was the hotel needed to average at least 75% capacity to hope to turn a profit because of all the employees they had, because of the way that it was set up. Even something that expensive, you had to fill at least 3/4 full or it wasn't going to be making money. And they revealed that it never made money. This hotel never made money for them.
And the thing that makes this failure even worse is the fact that they had everything. Like, Disney still has a shit ton of people to go there. All right. I know there's like the reports about like attendance is down, and it is down based on their astronomically high numbers. It's still probably the most visited place on the entire planet. It just is. Like, Walt Disney World is fucking massive, and there are millions and millions of people that are going there every year, and there are always tens of thousands of people there. It's always busy. And the fact that you had that built-in infrastructure already with that many people going, with a property as big as Star Wars, and you have failed this bad, says so much about the decisions that have been made creatively, and from a business standpoint, with Lucasfilm and Star Wars. There is no excuse for this failure. There is none, and it's embarrassing, and they deserve it. It's really bad. So Jay's going to make more videos, though. That's all that matters. So if you want more breakdown on the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser, just go over to Drunk 3PO. He's got you covered.
You know, Jay probably would have got invited there if he was a fat lesbian.
Absolutely. We already know that happened over at Disney.
All right. Where the fuck are we? Darkest Night Zach for $10. Hail to Jeremy and Ryan. Listening to the live stream while working, driving a semi-truck through Iowa. Love getting my pop culture updates through G&G streams. Hope y'all are having a good day. Thank you, Darkest Night. Goji the King for 20. They could have made each floor based on each movie, and you choose which movie experience you wanted. That's what I like. Even if it's not necessarily a movie or whatever, you could just like, it's like the most simple idea ever. Make like 3 fucking wings, central hub, 3 wings of a fucking hotel with prequels, OT, sequels, little tiny like micro experiences. Like, hey, look, TIE fighter simulators. You have like, you know, a squadron of TIE fighter, like that you do that. You set a time to go to it. You could do small things like that. It would just make it feel like a hotel that you're not paying $5,000 a night for. You don't need to have it staffed in a crazy way, but just let people go there, feel like they're in a little Star Wars world instead of every 15 minutes you got to be here, and here for a 48-hour period. Yeah. People didn't like that shit.
Like if you've ever, I don't know how many people have been to Art of Animation. It's fairly simple. It's really cool. It gives you a good vibe and is a good theme. That's all it needs to be. Stop overcomplicating things. That's why Disney in general has been such a turnoff from their parks. Is like everything is overly complicated now. Like it used to be, I'm going to pay good money to go to Walt Disney World, and I'm going to have a great, time. It's very laid back, relaxed. I'm going to go do my thing. Now it's like everything's a schedule. You got to be here. Oh, I got to ride this ride at this time. Oh, I got to go here and eat here at this time. Oh,
I got to wake up at 6 in the morning to get in line for this ride.
It's awful, man. I hate it.
Yeah. Well, especially for people that are like traveling someplace to visit. From what I've heard from people that are like local in Florida, they're used to all the things you have to do if you want to go out, spend a day at Disney. You have to get in this digital queue and blah, blah, blah for all these different fucking rides. But for people that don't live here and are just doing it like once every 2 or 3 years with their family, they have no idea what to expect. Mm-hmm. And they end up having like a miserable experience.
Yep.
Brian Keith Hardcastle for 10. Sting will go down as one of the highly respected wrestlers in the industry. With the exception of his short but not so great stint in the WWE, he had a great career. As a 40-year-old fan, I feel old too.
He's a legend. His WWE run was trash, and I blame Vince and Triple H for that. But Sting definitely is a top 10 all-time respected wrestler, no doubt about it.
6-Axis Sage for Aussie 10. What do you call a movie that's so boring it makes you fall asleep?
Disney Star Wars.
Oh, good one. Tobias Nexus for 2. The Ninja Turtles SNES game with the damn section.
Oh man, were we talking about the first Ninja Turtles game? Yes, that game's difficult, man. That game's difficult.
I love the Ninja Turtles games. Well, Nintendo. I don't remember which one.
Turtles in Time is the GOAT. Turtles in Time. That's the side scroller 4-player multiplayer. Turtles in Time is objectively one of the greatest games ever made.
Peter Hewitt for $2. Sting is 65 and carries a colostomy bag to the ring. Fear the Tardo for 5. Hey guys, 9-time Special Olympics champ here. Hey, Uncle Rai, you like Avatar? It look good. Lock it in. Yay. Thank you. Boog from Mexican 50. Last night, Scott Cawthon released a new Five Nights at Freddy's game that upon completion leads to an unlisted AR YouTube trailer. Have you guys seen it? It's pure hype. I don't know
No, I
anything
haven't.
about Five Nights at Freddy's.
I only know about the movie that is going to be based off of it that looked pretty decent, but I've never played the game. If I'm not mistaken, the creator's a Trump supporter though, so
Like, I know a lot of people, like, there are a lot of like younger people really like Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't get it. I've never played it. I don't know anything about it. Atomic Patriot for 2. Finding Nemo is taken for kids. Prove me wrong. Yeah, except they're not going to sell Nemo into the sex slave or in the sex trade. So,
well,
you never know.
it
But
is Disney.
you got a pretty mouth,
2023 now.
fish.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I saw this TikTok or Instagram or something the other day that was like at some Disney park. It's like, which Disney character are you? And it like pops up as Nemo. And it's like a dude who has something like some sort of, congenital defect that he was born with, whose like arm is like this.
God.
It was the funniest shit ever. All right, we got to talk about my girl Brie Larson though.
Brie Larson.
We got to talk about my girl Brie. Things are not going well over at Marvel. In fact, I feel like the past, 2 years have probably been the most chaotic we've ever seen in the history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's not like an exaggeration. That's just a reality. And now with all the different news coming out about the chaos behind the scenes, the problems they're having with Disney Plus, the box office disappointments, the streaming failures, all this shit, all of this is leading up to one last movie we have at the end of the year, which is The Marvels. And it's tracking right now to have potentially the worst opening that we've seen in the history of the MCU, dating all the way back to 2008. Right now, it's tracking to open somewhere between 50 and 75 million. Right now, pre-sales tracking below Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, below even something like Eternals. Really bad news. And now it sounds like the star might not want to stick around much longer. Brie Larson reportedly disillusioned with the Marvel role after toxic backlash. And this is all stemming from this book that's out there about the reign of the MCU, which has detailed a lot of things that happened in the past and might be happening in the future. But this is what we got. The Brie Larson grew disillusioned with Captain Marvel role, doesn't want to play the part anymore. And the quote from the book is this, which then gets expanded on in a podcast interview. Specifically, Joanna Robinson, who wrote this book, who interviewed like 100 different writers, actors, producers, people who have played a role in the MCU over the past decade and a half. The future of those Marvel icons was unclear. The departure of franchise anchors like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson had already taken its toll, as had the shocking loss of Chadwick Boseman. But other MCU stalwarts were headed for exits. The Guardians of the Galaxy cast went on a farewell tour. Brie Larson grew disillusioned, and Marvel tussled with Sony. That's the one line in there that people were asking about. So when on a podcast, she said this: I don't know if Brie Larson was the wrong person for the role necessarily, but the toxic backlash means that Brie Larson doesn't want to play Carol Danvers anymore. That's sort of what she said. She was interviewed at D23 and they're like, so, we're going to see a bunch more. She's like, I don't know. Does anyone want me to play? Doesn't seem like it. And we all talked about that. This is this moment right here.
How long will you play Captain Marvel for?
I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
Don't be so modest.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
Jeremy, can you believe that Brie Larson might want to be out? She might want to be done. She doesn't want to play the role anymore.
I think it's hilarious. And I think that Brie Larson is one of the most unlikable people in Hollywood. And I think that she has brought almost all of this upon herself with her racist remarks towards white men and showing how unlikable she is and repeating time after time. I'm not saying I hate white dudes, but then she continues to hate white dudes and talk about how white dudes aren't allowed to have an opinion on a movie that she deemed that they're not supposed to have an opinion on. And that's really where it all kind of started. And then it just kind of went from there. And she just continued to be very unlikable. Captain Marvel sucked. Apparently, I didn't see it. Shout out to Mahler. I watched his unbridled rage on it. But yeah, so she's just an unlikable person. She said really bad things about an entire race and gender, and she was held accountable for that. Welcome to accountability. I know it's just like the meme that It's a Gundam shared a few weeks ago, where it shows this woman in the ICU because it says woman, what is her? being accountable for her decisions or actions or something like that. She's in the ICU because she can't handle it. This is what happens when you say racist shit and you're held accountable for it. And so for her to be disillusioned, I think it's funny. All I could do is laugh at it and think it's funny at this point.
Well, I think it was clear, like all the way back then, she clearly, like with this answer, it's obvious that she didn't enjoy like the role and knows that people don't want her back. I think it's a combination of things Brie Larson said in the lead up and during it, just kind of some of the ways that she acted. I think they've done a lot to try to rehabilitate that image, like very clearly between her YouTube channel stuff, between her appearances on other things. But the other part is the way that her character has been portrayed in the MCU. Her character, you were told that you need to watch this movie, that it's the most important thing ever. It's sandwiched between the two biggest movies in comic book history. And this is what it's all about. They kind of retroactively went back and decided to make this about her after the success of Wonder Woman from DC, because they got really butthurt that they had success with a female superhero. So they shove in Captain Marvel. And then if you had any problem with it, it couldn't just be that you didn't like the character. No, you were attacked by the media and by people with Marvel, her co-star Samuel L. Jackson. You must just not like strong women. That's why people have a problem with this character, even though didn't have that same backlash for something like Wonder Woman. But all in all, if this combination of her saying what she said and the fact that the movie, people didn't like it, it was fucking divisive, and they don't like the fact that her character was pushed, that she's the most powerful character in the MCU, that they continue to double and triple down even after fans said they weren't interested in it, that has all led to the disaster we see for us in front of us today, which is her sequel. The sequel to $1 billion movie might end up being one of the biggest flops in the history of the MCU.
Well, yeah, I do think that you're not wrong in some of the points you're making about, Marvel and everything like that, but I still just think it begins and ends with her personality and her being extremely disliked and unlikable, and her being held accountable. And this right here is what I'm talking about. That's Brie Larson right there. That's it right there. And this is a fantastic meme by It's a Gundam. And I think this is what's going on right here is, woman almost dies after learning what accountability is. Yeah. If you say racist shit, over and over again, you're going to be held accountable. And I feel like that's the whole disillusioned, kind of thing right here is, I think she felt that she was going to be the cornerstone of the entire universe. And
well, she was told that.
Yeah,
that's what Marvel tried to set her up as retroactively, right? It was never part of the plan. It got jammed in there at the end. They decided to name the Avengers after her plan, like all this stuff. They tried to make her the centerpiece, and people rejected it. People didn't like it. Like that is, again, I think one of the big parts about this. It wasn't just a one-off movie. It wasn't just one character. It was the character that Marvel was putting in front of everybody and telling you this, if you don't like this, you're sexist, but this is now the most important character and the most powerful character in the entire fucking universe.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Just to be clear, I think the reason that Brie wants to leave the MCU is because she's a fan of mine. That's honestly what I think is happening. You guys all know it's a little past the 1 year anniversary of when Brie Larson liked my tweet. And people got mad. People were making videos. People were tagging her. People were pleading with her. You have to unlike this tweet. This guy is a piece of shit. You don't understand what you're doing. Yet she didn't do that. She stayed true. She liked my tweet, even though I didn't fucking tag her. She just follows me. Like she didn't follow me because she get too much heat from Disney. We get it. But she keeps up with what I'm doing. And as soon as I spoke about her, she fucking liked that tweet. So shout out to Brie Larson. I know that's the real reason that you're looking to get out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because you've been listening to me. I know you can't say it publicly. It's all good. I got you.
Oh man. Yeah, I think this whole story is funny, and I'll probably make a video on it, breaking the whole thing down. But yeah, I mean, she like, this is kind of it's a bigger discussion about what we've talked about with Hollywood and how they identity politics and pandering and all of that nonsense. And if you buy into that bullshit like Brie Larson did, And if you just think that Marvel's there to take care of you because they care about you, you're going to be sorely mistaken, because they don't. They don't like you. They don't respect you. They don't care about you. They care about pushing their bullshit message because it's projection. But yeah, so she should have never bought into that if she didn't really get caught up in the nonsense. And it was a combination of her being unlikable, Marvel making her character unlikable, a bad movie, but it begins and ends with her and her comments.
All right, let's catch up with some of these super chats over on Rumble. Orozco for $1 says, "Are you retarded?" Thank you. And then Orozco for 2 says, "Breets."
Breets. Do you know what breets are?
Bree's feet, probably.
Yeah. That's I still
I
don't
don't know
how
why
this
it's got an S at the end, but
because of Cobra Cast, because there's always this kind of like pro Brie feet movement to try to get me to show her feet during Cobra Cast, and then there's the anti breets, so it's like
why
the
is there an S
breets.
at Brie, like feet? If it's a combination of Brie and feet is already plural, so why is there an S on the end?
Breet fans, they're breets.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying that's what they call themselves. I mean,
They?
they're clearly, yeah, the Breet fans, the feet fan, Brie feet, breets. How's that complicated, Ryan?
Well, if you understand English, you might understand, Jeremy.
Well, I'm from Alabama, so go fuck yourself.
I know. So I'm not holding it against you. Yo Pops, member for a month. Shout out DJ Cobra, Ryan's rosy cheeks, and Brie Larson's feet. Hail. Hail, Yo Pops. The Exalted Patriarch for 10. California theme parks are fake and gay. Disneyland especially. Knott's Berry Farm is tolerable. Sting joining in Wolfpack was one of the greatest WCW moments. Pure chaos. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. I didn't like when Sting joined the Wolfpack. I didn't hate it, but I preferred Crow Sting to be a loner and on his own. But those were some great times in wrestling, man. They're never going to get that again.
The first part of that though about I think that Disney, the Disney parks in California are dog shit. I think Disneyland fucking is trash, to be honest with you.
So, I mean, there's something special about knowing that it's
Universal in California is also trash, by the way, just for the record.
There's something that I guess there's a special kind of thing to it with the fact that it was Walt Disney's park and it was the one that started it all. So there's kind of like that element that is around it. And if you are a Disney fan, you go there and you're like, Walt Disney was here and this is where he built the foundation. But he became really kind of unhappy with how surrounding Disneyland it got filled with like nightclubs and bars and just whatever else, massage places, I guess now. And so it kills the illusion of even going there. And I've been there a few times. I personally think that there's it's not even a competition. Like Walt Disney World just destroys it in every way possible. Just because you actually feel like you are somewhere else when you're at Disney World because there's so much land and there's so much immersion. Disneyland feels like you're at a local fair. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Universal there also is trash. It feels like you're on it feels like it's built in a little fucking valley and there's like multiple levels to it, but it's just all cramped and weird. I don't like it.
I liked Universal more than Disneyland, I will say, out there, but neither one compete with Orlando.
All right. Where am I? Tobias Nexus for 5. Willy's Wonderland was a better Five Nights at Freddy movie than the real one. Nick Cage acting purely through actions and beating the shit out of robots. I never saw that one.
Which one?
Willy's Wonderland.
I've never seen that.
Fear the Tardo for 5. Hi, Uncle Rai Rai. You say you give quarter if wash car. Through rocket car instead. I still get quarter. Lock it in. Yay. Thank you. Blake Barrett for 5. Mario World came out in Japan in 1990. It was a solid 10. 1990 divided by 10 is 199. Anyway, one more day till Wonder. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. I'm sorry. I just looked at Chrissy Mayer's tweet. Chrissy Mayer. I can't show it. Go look at it, Ryan. Go look at it.
All
Go
right.
look at Chrissy's tweet from 30 minutes ago. If you guys want to go see it, you can go look at it.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
I was totally distracted. God damn it, Chrissy. Oh, shit.
I think it's really the soda that does it. For me, at least.
Good old Chrissy Mayer. Holy shit.
Big Mike for 2. Give her the D, Ryan. Straighten her out. Hey. She broke up with her fiance. We'll see what happens.
Did she?
Yeah, like a year ago. Daddy
The
Magic.
fact that you know these things and know the timing of it, it's weird.
I just remember that from like a year ago. I feel like
are you the true MCU fan, Ryan? Like, holy shit.
I wish I had enough time for that. Brie Larson breakup. Hold on.
Here, I'll give you guys a link since I'm not going to share it.
Sorry, it was 6 months ago. It was 6 months ago.
There we go.
March.
There's a link to Chrissy's tweet right there. Yeah, Ryan, that's very stalker mentality. You're like,
why is it a stalker mentality? Considering you've made 200 videos on Brie Larson, you should be up to date on Brie Larson news. So when a story goes out there about Brie Larson,
all right,
you'd think you would be familiar with it.
Don't pull the left.
I just remember shit.
Okay, like, to be fair, like, most of my Brie Larson videos aren't even really about Brie Larson. It's about the media reaction to Brie Larson. I just used her name for clickbait, but it wasn't like something about, it was more, most of my Brie Larson videos are about the media and media articles about her. That is the truth of it. That is the reality of it. I'd say over half of my Brie Larson videos aren't even about her. It's about the media reaction to her.
Well, I remember things about things I don't even make videos about. So, of course, the things that I make videos about, I'm going to remember virtually
didn't even know she was fucking broken up with her fucking fiance. You did. You knew it immediately. You're like, she broke up with him on this date at this time. There's a tweet about it.
You haven't watched anything from Marvel or Star Wars in like 2 fucking years. And every time anything comes up, well, I didn't watch that, but... So, of course, you're not going to be in tune with any of the news.
Ryan, you're the one obsessed with her, not me.
She's obsessed with me, first of all. She's the one who's liking my tweets. So
she's obsessed with me.
Obsession, it's her.
She's obsessed.
She is. I did retweet her yesterday, which led to a lot of fucking hate for her, by the way. Like, all this stuff was coming out about her being disillusioned with Captain Marvel. So I just retweeted her like tweet from 2016 of her like putting on that Marvel hat. It's like, call me Captain Marvel. I just retweeted it. I wasn't like even trying to shit on her or anything. And oh my God, all the replies are just like, fuck you, bitch. You ruined this character. You ruined Marvel. You ruined the MCU. And I was like, my bad. I just thought it was funny. Today. Daddy Magic for 5. Is Jay high T or low T?
I mean, he runs a show called High T on this day, actually. There you go.
Obsidian Disorder for 2. Scanning in, catching up on the stream. Hail 199.
Hail.
Taker for 5. Captain Marvel was supposed to be the new Tony Stark moving forward, but the problem was there was no plan moving forward. Now we have phases 4 and 5. Yeah, like one of the stories, the reason that got brought up and expounded upon in a podcast was because one of the stories in that book is they were setting up basically Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and Spider-Man to be the new focuses, like the big 3 of the future of the MCU. Well, Chadwick Boseman fucking died. All of a sudden, Sony got into this battle with them with Tom Holland Spider-Man. So that took a back seat, and people didn't like the character of Captain Marvel. So all that kind of came crashing down. Let's see. Pilgrim Media for 2. Ryan, will you consider being Brie's baby daddy? No.
Hey, can I show you something awesome, Ryan?
Sure.
The chat. I know you're going to remember this. Look at that, Ryan. I know you remember. Holy shit, man. I remember playing that in the arcade. That was the greatest thing ever. I don't know how much one of these would cost. I would buy the fuck out of one of these if I could afford it. Like, that is amazing right there. Ah, It just showed up on my timeline on Twitter. That is the best right there. That is amazing. You got Cruising USA right there beside it too. Dude, I would love to play this game again. With
Cruising USA is fun. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every
That
time you
is awesome.
floor it, you get the little fucking.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
That's not how my car works, but hey. Yanks
Mine
fan
does.
for 5. I remember everyone cheering in my theater when she gets punched by Thanos. What I hated was that it took him using an Infinity Stone to hit her like that. I fucking hated that. Even showing her getting punched, he had to be fucking powered up for it, and I fucking hated it.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Wasik, because remember, this is a dude who fucking beat Hulk without the help of it.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Wasik for 5. Will for Jada, quartering for Brie, MCU fan for Krista, who's the biggest simp of all.
Will for Jada.
Will for Jada's gone on a long time.
Will for Jada's that's the one right there. That is the one, unfortunately.
And the power level dynamics there too. It's
yeah.
Steiner math for 5. We all know why she was pushed so hard. Feige's simpage rivals Ryan's of Brie. Watch out, Ryan. If Brie comes home late from a casting couch session, I'll be careful. Jolly Roger for 5. Jeremy, did you watch that DW BTS link? Maybe Daily Wire behind the scenes link? Shows us what they're capable of. Gave me Lord of the Rings behind the scenes on a smaller scale. I'm definitely excited for Pendragon. Oh, I haven't watched that yet, but I saw they released some behind the scenes stuff for
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. But again,
story basically.
Listen, man, based on everything they presented, and this is where I can separate my criticisms of the product that they're like. Daily Wire seems to be putting forward a damn fine product based on that Bent Key trailer, and then the little bit we got from the Snow White deal. It looks like they're doing some good stuff, and I'm excited for it moving forward. I'm excited to check it out.
Japanese Demon Lord of Beer Lucifer for 5. Brie has a topless Ryan Kennel poster on her bedroom wall. Maybe. Fear the Tardo for 5. Hey, Jared Lee, you cast 199 Cobras. That lot of Cobras cast. All good Cobras? Any diversity Cobras cast? Diverse like Tardo? Lock it in. Yay. Thank you. C Black for 5. The loss of Chadwick Boseman was the biggest issue for Marvel after Iron Man and Captain America left.
Let me say this. Chadwick Boseman, by all accounts, just an amazing person. I respect the hell out of the fact that he handled it so respectfully, like he didn't make it a big deal. And it was tragic. It was awful what happened to him. I don't see Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther as like someone that they could have built the entire universe around, like a Tony Stark or a Chris Evans as Captain America. I don't say that disrespectfully. I enjoyed him as a role. I just didn't see him as someone that could the entire universe be built around when you needed him to replace someone like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Chris Evans as Cap is, I think, one of the best castings ever too. But that's just my take on it. But Chadwick Boseman, RIP, obviously. Awesome.
I agree. I didn't think that Chadwick Boseman's performance was like spectacular, like he perfect. But I'm also like, I'm not gonna say I was like some big massive Iron Man fan before Tony Stark either. But I'm obviously not some huge Black Panther fan.
Yeah, before Robert Downey Jr. The fact that we call him Tony Stark, it shows how good the casting is.
Yeah. But to me, I thought T'Challa was way better in Civil War than he was in his own movie.
I agree.
I was much more interested in the character that we saw depicted in Civil War, despite a small time frame, than I was with his performance in his own movie.
Yeah.
But it's still really sad what happened.
Yeah.
Like, I have so much respect for him for continuing to like keep it quiet and continue to do things, show up in hospitals and give speeches to kids that are sick. Like, so much respect for that dude and how he dealt with everything that was going on in his life.
Yeah, because all the money in the world, all the fame in the world, all that stuff, like none of that matters when you're facing what he faced. It just doesn't. You know what I mean? And that dude handled it like that's why it was so shocking, because no one knew. Nobody knew. because he decided to keep that private. It's one of the most honorable things I've seen. And yeah, so it is. It's still sad. It's still sad.
Lord Baratheon for 5. You guys see Disney revealed how profitable ESPN is? I've seen a story. I haven't dug into it. I'm probably going to cover it for Sports Wars later, though.
Did you see the clip of Stephen A. Smith talking about Tua and how he doesn't throw any long passes? And then the clips that ESPN was showing was Tua throwing bombs during that game. He was getting roasted on social media for it. It was so damn funny, man.
Jay's massive moose knuckle for 199. Always love a good plate of steak Breets. Thank you. Honeylock, how can Wokies call us racist when Ryan is more yellow than a lemon? Also, you can make excuses, Jeremy, but we know you have a Brie shrine at home. I don't feel like I looked that yellow today. I don't know.
A little bit. Me and you can't figure out our lighting, dude. We just can't do it.
Jay Tapia for 199. Just wanted to see if Ryan would call me Joe again. Close. Dave Chandler for 5. That X-Men arcade was right next to the Ninja Turtles arcade at a local pizza place when I was a kid. Nostalgia is a fine thing. Hail the 199.
Hail.
God, yeah, that was great. That was a great era of life. Spider Claw for 5. I'm just glad to see Ryan reading super chats. Listening to Discount Ryan is rough. Good videos lately, Jeremy. Keep it up.
Thank you. I've been enjoying it, man. You guys, again, make sure you just go watch him. Smash the melee on them. Watch them all the way through. Helps with the watch time. But I'm going to keep making videos. And I'm approaching it differently than I used to. I'm just making, like, I don't think about it. I don't think about, like, what's it going to do? How many views? I'm just making fucking videos, man. And it's fucking awesome. It feels good to just make videos again.
Get yourself to the doctor. Bro, I don't have fucking jaundice. I don't have, like, liver failure, whatever the fuck makes you yellow. It's just, it must just be the lighting somehow. I don't fucking know what it is. I feel if I was going to go anywhere, I would go. I almost pulled a fucking Aaron Rodgers the other day. I thought I was going to tear my fucking Achilles. I've had this weird thing in my fucking calf for forever. I thought it was like maybe a blood clotter. I didn't know what the fuck it was, but I've just had this like weird pain, but I hadn't felt it for 6 months. I went on a really hard run the other day and holy fuck, I thought my Achilles was just going to snap. So
yeah, lighting matters. Like, look, if I turn this lighting all the way up, hang on just a second. Look at this right here. Now, oh my God, I can barely fucking see. Look at that. Oh my God, it's so bright I can't fucking see.
that's rough.
Yeah. I can fuck. All right, about blinded my fucking self. Oh, I think it's still a little too bright, but either way.
Stretch it out for his listen. I would rather fucking tear my Achilles 10 times than fucking stretch before I work out because stretching is gay as shit. All right. That's just the truth. But honestly, no, it wasn't like I just went out there cold. It's just, I think I just have maybe a little fucking tear somewhere. And like, it's been probably just been bugging me for a long time. And I probably got to be careful with it. That's my guess. I don't want to have to go Aaron Rodgers. Wolf from Heart, member for 3 months. Less focus on Breets and more on her bobs, which are exquisite. Shout out Wolf from Heart. Orozco for 1. Captain America in the Avengers Arcade was another badass 4-player co-op. Corey, member for 2 months. Using my free member chat to say to Jeremy, Batman v Superman director's cut's amazing. Hail the 199.
Fuck that movie.
Corey. Dermy Wormy, member for 9 months. Jeremy's just jealous of Ryan and Brie. He wants her love. Me, member for 4 months. And then Disney graped his memory. I assume you mean Chadwick Boseman. John McCormick, member for a month. Brie toots too. Don't pull a Reuben for 2. Never eat spaghetti in bed. And then don't pull a Reuben for 2. Ryan, did you go to Japan or China? You're yellow. Thailand. Sergio Garcia for 2. Why is Ryan yellow? Is he the new X-ray girl? I'm all right at math. So
it's probably a little worse than normal today. Maybe.
I don't fucking know. Gray Ghost for 5. Jeremy needed to adjust his white power balance.
That's right. Dan Vask is in the chat. What's up, Dan Vask? Why is Dan Vask in the chat? Preserving light. Give me back my Kong.
Axel Jessen for 199. Ryan's turning yellow. Praise Ara.
Oh shit, so damn funny, man. So damn funny. There's so much going on. So I'm gonna be making videos. Do you guys want a Brie Larson video? I don't know. What do you think, Ryan? Do you think they want a Brie Larson video?
I don't know. I already made mine.
Maybe I should make a Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser video. I'll update everybody on tonight's gaming stream. So I'm not sure when or what time or even if I'm going to be able to do it tonight. For the member stream, I'll keep you guys updated on that and let you know. I have no idea. So community tab, I'll keep you guys posted on that one.
Fear the Tardo for 10. Tardo, no discount, Uncle Rai. Me do great English. Me do bestest English ever. No need read. Color books with crayons. Crayons taste like purple. Lock it in. Yay. Thank you. AJ Udy, member for 4 months. Jeremy, do you remember the tag team of Sting and the Ultimate Warrior, the Blade Runners?
I do. That was before either one of them hit superstardom. So that was way back in the day. So I do remember that. I do. I don't remember seeing them in the moment, but obviously as they got bigger and became stars, then I went back and found out that they were a tag team together.
Mr. Toxicity for 2. Did Neil Druckmann get sued recently?
I don't think so. He got canceled for his pro-Israel takes, but
yeah, he got a lot of pushback from his woke audience for Israel, and Naughty Dog fired a bunch of people because they're downsizing and their fucking entire multiplayer game's a mess. But I don't know about getting sued. Jester of Roanoke for 2. Some money for Ryan's liver transplant GoFundMe. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shutch for 5. Ryan's been eating so much pineapple pizza, he became one. That is probably it. SBZ for 2. Ryan, watching anime or yoga stretches? Watching anime. I think we're all caught up.
All right. Well, that will end it for us today.
Awesome. We've got a couple rumbles real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Wesley for $1. Ryan, try out Zero Shoes. They've helped me out a bit with my foot problems. Okay. Orozco for $1. Couple guys at the academy had the same running issue. Their doc said it was vagitis. Yeah, that must be it. Maybe I'm just getting fucking old. Maybe that's it. And I think we said preserving light. Give me back my Kong. I think we got that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, and thank you guys very much. Hold on. Jeremy's magnificent whale dong for 2. Vince McMahon and Kevin Nash didn't stretch either. Oh, it's true. Dark Ray Bree's version. Remember for 7 months. Brie does not toot. She's a woman. Krista's a woman. She doesn't toot either.
The fuck? All right. Well, we're going to end it there. Thank you guys so very much. We appreciate it. I'm going to be making some videos, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know exactly what I'm making videos on yet, but we'll figure it out, and I'll keep you guys updated for tonight's member stream. Ryan, what positive things do you have that you're going to be putting out on the internet today?
I just released a video on some of the reaction to woke Snow White. Well, sorry, them defending woke Snow White and getting really mad about white Snow White. So, including this one bitch from the Mary Sue. I think I called her fat and gross in my video. I just released it. Go check it out.
I don't know what I'm gonna make. I might make 3 videos today, Ryan. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
There we go. So we'll work on it. But you guys have a good day, and we appreciate it. And we'll see you later at some point. See you in the videos. Bye, everybody.